Show me.
Hello everybody, Martial Arts Film Freak here, and I am trying something just a little bit new for movies like this. What I mean by movies like this is movies that aren't classics, movies that aren't huge, that everyone knows about, or at least, I don't know, smaller movies. Not even like a Russian Raid, smaller than Russian Raid, kinda. And what I mean by that is, like, I want to try to find another really good, like, hidden gem. Something like a Die Fighting, something like a Night Shooters, Jailbreak, just something that's like really stand out, just excellent film. And so what I'm trying to do here is essentially saying, should you watch a movie or should you skip it? When a movie comes out that's super under the radar and maybe somebody brings it up to you, should you give it a go or just say no thank you? And so for the first version of this, maybe this may change over time. I'm just kind of winging this, honestly. I'm doing a movie called Insight, a movie that came out earlier this year, starring Ken Jeong, a couple other people, Keith David, Tony Todd, directed by Ken Jeong and, what is your name? Livy Jeong. Don't know if they're siblings or not. Probably could have done some research, and I don't want to. Ken Jeong, I should have also done some research as to what all he's done. Looks like just mostly a bunch of stunts and like shorts and stuff, but he is a really talented guy, and seeing him in the trailer got me excited, thinking maybe this is going to be a super good hidden gem. Was it? Let's find out.
My brother and I were born with the ability to see things.
Like clairvoyance?
We have visions.
He's extremely dangerous, Captain.
We need help.
What did you do to my brother? It's not a suicide. Bao was murdered.
Now, Insight is written by Ken Jeong as well, starring also Sean Patrick Flanery, and is about two brothers who have this insight, have this foresight, I guess, where they can sort of see into the future, but they can also sort of see into the past, sort of see things that they weren't there to witness. And they use these visions for different things. Unfortunately, we learn that the older brother has died, and the younger brother, Ken Jeong, must investigate his death and, avenge his brother. Because it's martial arts, it's kung fu, and we have to have revenge. And I'm okay with that. Now, one thing that is very clear through much of the dialogue of this movie is that the acting is not good. Now, I don't care about that. Some of my favorite martial arts movies that aren't just straight up Chinese kung fu movies or Thai or Indonesian action films, if they're English speaking, it's a lot easier to tell with the acting. And one thing I found is I don't care if the acting sucks as long as the action is really good. Now, the acting is not really that great. With Sean Patrick Flanery, with Keith David, with Tony Todd, you get some good moments. That's probably the reason they're there, to carry the acting. The story, and this can be sort of a thing with hidden gems, you can have a simple plot or you can have something a bit more complicated, and they can be done really well. With something like Die Fighting, it is a bit more it's a simple plot with a twist, and that twist is a bit more complicated, and I actually really enjoyed that. And then with something like Night Shooters, it's simple, but it's more creative. It's something I haven't seen before, and I really enjoyed that. It's a simple plot that really throws you into it, and that's awesome. And so with this, I enjoyed half of the plotting, half of the story structure. What that is I enjoyed the protagonist side of it. I enjoyed the whole clairvoyance thing. I enjoyed his character. I enjoyed his motivations. The part that was horrible was the villain, Sean Patrick Flanery. What made it so horrible was we really don't know his scheme until the final 15 minutes, and his scheme is so dull, so stupid, that even one of the other characters, after Sean Patrick Flanery monologues his plot, questions it and is like, really? And I'm with that guy. Really? Because it just... What? It's just... You couldn't have come up with anything better for the villain. Like, his character is essentially this like tech billionaire who is evil, and his plot was stupid. It was really bad. It was dumb. The film is a bit slow for the first 25 minutes. You get a little bit of action, and then finally after that 25 minutes, it does pick up, and it picks up pretty well. I enjoyed a majority of the action here. There are times that I wish the editing would slow down. There are times that I wish it would stop cutting away from our hero and go to like one of the detectives, because none of the detectives are actors who can fight, so anytime they start fighting, it's blatantly obvious that they can't. And I just want it to go back to Ken, because Ken, he kicks ass. There was one scene where like they're being chased by a drone shooting these darts, and there's clearly something in these darts that sort of poisons them or something. And one of the detectives gets hit with the dart, and almost immediately it like makes her pass out, and Ken has to like carry her. So she's out. This dart has knocked her out. 2 minutes later, she's awake with a limp. 3 seconds later, she can fight, and then 5 seconds later, she can full sprint. So that's a shit dart, Sean Patrick Flanery villain. If you're gonna make a dart, you make it work, you make it count, you make that thing last. Come to me for your villain tips, I guess. I also got very excited because at one point Sean Patrick Flanery, who I do believe has actual martial arts training, he's training with one of his henchmen, and his henchman was like Emilian DeFalco. Is that his name? If so, that dude's got one of the coolest names in the world. Hold on, let me Instagram, because I know for a fact I follow him on Instagram. Give me 1 second. Emilian DeFalco. Yes, Emilian DeFalco. This guy you may recognize from Undisputed 4, Boyka Undisputed. And he's fantastic. He's amazing. And I was like, I'm going to be super down if I get to see Emilian DeFalco fight this Ken Zhang guy. We do, and it's not that great. It's not that exciting. One thing this movie it's bad, it didn't do well with, was this movie forgot to add a final fight. A final fight should be exciting. There should be some sense of brutality, some sense of desperation, or complicate. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the word. I'm trying to think of technical. Something more technical than the rest of the fights. And this movie doesn't. It doesn't do that with the final fight at all, because one mistake it makes is it makes its lead villain the final fight played by an actor who isn't known for screen fighting. Like, you can make your lead villain the final fight, like Ken Lo in Legend of the Drunken Master. Like, think of like The Raid. The Raid's big boss is not the final fight. Mad Dog is. So if you'd have made like Emilian DeFalco Mad Dog, that would have ruled. Instead, for almost the entire movie, Ken Zhang just goes through everybody pretty easily, and when he gets to Emilian DeFalco, again, defeats him pretty easily, and then the whole final fight with Sean Patrick Flanery is the bad guy landed a couple more hits than everybody else did, and then Ken Zhang still won. That's not exciting, that's very anticlimactic, and it made me sad. Now, this all sounds extremely negative. I promise there are moments that absolutely do shine. I really enjoyed quite a few of the fight scenes. There are the problems with the editing I said, that I wish the editing would slow down just a little bit, just back up a little bit more. But for the most part, I really did enjoy the action here. The story, like I said, about half of it, the whole protagonist side of it, is quite compelling, at least, you know, from Ken Zhang's perspective. There's a little bit of side stuff with the detectives that I really don't care about. I'm here for Ken Zhang, and in terms of his character, his story, I enjoyed it. It's just all the antagonist stuff didn't need to be there, and it was awful and boring and stupid. But Ken Zhang was great. His fighting was great. His character was good enough. In the end, you know, if you're gonna pick, if you're gonna watch it, if you're gonna skip it, you know what? Go ahead and watch it. Now, there's a bit more complication here in terms of, like, if you can't find it on a streaming service and you have to, you know, pay money to rent it, I don't. That's up to you. I say watch it. If you don't want to pay for it, I understand, because it may not be completely worth. That sounds mean. This was somebody's art, and yeah, pay for it. I'm not saying to like torrent it. I was just thinking to like find it on streaming. You're probably not gonna find it on streaming. So just rent it and watch it. I do recommend you watch it. It's at least worth one watch. I think it's that good. I do hope that the people involved in this, Levy Zhang and Ken Zhang, do make more things, because I like them. I like a lot of the things about this movie, and I want it to be better. And I want them to make better things, and I hope they do. Tell me what you thought of Insight in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Head over to Facebook, where there is the Martial Arts Film Freak Facebook page, Instagram Martial Arts Film Freak, Tristan_Glover on the Twitters. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you thought of the whole, watch it or skip it thing in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching again, and have a good day.